My shows will no longer have numbers before them. My goal was this a long time. I didn't talk about this for a very long time. Didn't share it with anyone until now. 1776. That's the last numbered vlog. And there's a reason for that. Because the Declaration of Independence was on 1776. And in my book, The Thieves' Story, he's in cell 1776, if you read the story. 1776. The year of the Declaration of the Independence. Not Tom Burnett, he's the art thief. Roberto Pace sits in a cell numbered 1776 in the book, The Thieves' Story. A well is the Declaration of Independence. So that's the magic. I wanted that to be the magic number. Every other show will just have a title. So I don't have to worry about numbers anymore. Not when it comes to p.s.s. So it will no longer be like p.s.s 1777 or anything like that. There might, like, maybe sometime in the future, I might do one 1777 just to kind of throw you off. But I won't go beyond that. 1776, you won't see a numbered please subscribe show. Now, I may still go p.s.s. Might. I probably won't. But I might in the description. Maybe. I don't know. I could number at the bottom of the description if I wanted to. I might do that. You know what? I probably will. So at the bottom of the description, when you look, you'll see the number of the show, if I consider that to be like a series. Sometimes if it's a series, I won't number every show. So if you'll look at the bottom of the show in descriptions, if I choose to number, I'll number p.s.s 1777 maybe on the next show at the bottom. So you'll have to go and look and go, oh, okay, there's the number. That way they'll always have a number tied to them, and they can be organized that way. I might do that for organization purposes. We'll have to look and see how I feel. But other than that, YouTube numbers it with the date, and they probably have their own number as well. Whether we can find that number, I don't know. But every post has its own little identity number anyway. But I might put dates down and stuff like that. But I've now developed to a point where it'll only have a title. I think that's a cool idea. All right, headed back. That was my AT&T Stadium vlog. Cowboys versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Cowboys win. I think it was like, I'll look at the numbers later. The magic number is 3116. And also, the person I gave a ride to, there's no way the rates could have dropped that quickly, but I understand how life is. No, seriously. So I'm gonna just tell you how it is. So when they were just going like a mile from the stadium to a hotel, to the suite. I think it's called the Comfort Suites, just down the road. Not very far at all. Like, we're talking like maybe 5 miles at the most. They were going to be charged $40. I'm not going to tell the company. You know, obviously it starts with a U. I was like, oh wow. And then right when they get in, all of a sudden the rate's lower. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, they can play that game. I got out of there really quick. But, you know, that's just something people just have to live with, you know. There are business people out there. But anyway, I know certain places they can and cannot do that, so. But they're not as professional at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium as they are other places where the airplanes like to fly around and stuff like that. But that's just because people that fly, and I'm not mentioning any names, but people that get on airplanes and fly, they're usually a little more professional and deal with things. They know how life really is. And plus, you know, an airplane pays like $27,000 just to dock its plane at one of the terminals at DFW. It's a lot of money that goes through there. I bet, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know for sure, but I bet DFW Airport, International Airport alone, probably makes somewhere near, in the ballpark figure, I'm not saying exactly or more, but somewhere near Walt Disney World and Disneyland together combined. Because air travel, big time money. Big time money. Look at that traffic. Look at that traffic. Look at that traffic. Look at that traffic. So there is, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it really. I mean, the rates changing, whether she was telling the truth or not, about the old RATE, like with the rates, oh, it dropped all of a sudden. I didn't really look, but that's, I wouldn't recommend it on that, but you could do pretty good. You could probably do like 100 or something, but you couldn't do like $600 or something. I think you could if you worked like the whole day. You might could, and you were in that area and you're relying on maybe just Uber or Lyft. You might be able to maybe do okay, like maybe 200 or 300 on average. Depending on how many breaks you make and everything like that. I really am kind of upset. I want to compare what's going on with Uber to TXU back in the day. Let's say like the mid or late 90s, Uber was not around. Uber didn't exist due to Facebook. But electricity was not deregulated, okay? So TXU was your only choice. It was TXU that worked with Encore, and that was it. You could not get out of that. So if you had electricity, you chose TXU, there was no way out. So whenever they deregulated and Reliant became Matthew McConaughey's, voice got out there, and Reliant became a company. And then you had Green Mountain that joined in the deregulation. You had Direct Energy. Now we have many, many more, right? All these other electric companies like Zero, things like that. When you have a lot of those type of companies that are all competing and stuff, it's going to lower the ratings. The only one that had trouble doing that when it comes to everybody was TXU. They're the ones that bit their lip the most. Yeah, TXU was stubborn about the deregulation of electricity. They were stubborn. And now Uber is going to be stubborn when D.D.Go shows up, because Lyft is their only competition, and they can handle that because Lyft doesn't deliver food. And there's going to be like 20 or 30 rideshare apps, right? It hasn't happened yet, but we're waiting for this bubble to go off and deregulation to really happen. And you're going to have like people running their own rideshare company, Hey, it's called Mark's Rideshare. Let's tap on this. Who's this guy? My name's Mark. Decided to go into the rideshare company, blah, blah, blah. I've got a fleet of 5,000, whatever, That stuff's happening right now, okay? Via did very well. And Via is going to be, like, in the next 10 years, right there next to Uber, Lyft, and then there'll also be Via, okay? They're going to revolutionize the deregulation of ride share. And it's going to get to the point where as long as you're a person, you have a vehicle, then you're in the rideshare game, okay? Because it is a game, just like any other business game, another kind of business model. Now there's Handicab, which they help handicap people. I've heard about them, and you can join with them. But that's not what I'm really talking about, I'm talking about like our children, okay? Because I have kids. They're Generation Alpha, okay? Like they're the first generation. They're going to really be able to choose their own career in life, just like we kind of almost did coming out of Generation X. We're still hitting it from, like, we're still trying to survive our parents, which is the Vietnam generation, okay? We're still trying to, like, go, okay, listen, there's things called computers in our generation. You can get a Pinterest business account. You can connect it to Printable and connect it to Etsy, hit a button and make $200,000. What do you think about that, Mom? Or what do you think about that, Dad? I can do that tonight. And next week, I'll have $200,000 in my account. But we have to deal with how they handle that, because they're the ones that are special. They have all the Social Security. We can create our own Social Security by going Pinterest business account, Printable, Etsy. Boom. I'm set for life. You just press those 3 buttons. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan Spivey. Mr. Cole Spivey, and just sign here, boom, $200,000. There's your retirement. That's how easy it is, and that's how crazy the world is right now. They can't fathom someone pressing a button 3 times and making $200,000. That's why we're in inflation. There goes an Uber right here. They live by the old school, you take out the broom and mop, you work and you get paid, blah, 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 do the footwork, work for commission for free, you know, society, because it's hard. 5 guys went to Vietnam, 4 came back, and 1 had to die. And it went on like that over and over and over and over and over again, right? And there was punishment in the air. They don't understand utopia. They would never even be able to understand it. It doesn't, you know, if you're able to push 3 buttons and make $200,000, that's utopia for everybody. There'd be no crime. There'd be 0 crime. There'd be peace on earth, and nobody would suffer. But they need that suffering. They need it to be there for them to function. That's why Generation X is going to have some problems realizing that they already have their own personal form of Social Security. It's called hit 3 buttons. Get on there, get on Pinterest, business account, make your mind kind of accept it, that it can happen. Get on Printable, hit that button, hit Etsy, boom, that's $200,000. And there'll always be different bubbles like that going on TikTok and YouTube. That's what I'm doing now. People just don't realize it. These regenerate. The videos that I make, and I make a lot of them and I work hard, they regenerate. And over time, I know it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time. But over time, that's a lot of money. Especially if people just go, wow, this is a cool show. This show makes a lot of sense. There's going to be a religious statement coming up here really soon. St. Paul Lutherans. Lutheran, you know, if you know about Martin Luther, he divorced the Catholic Church, started his own church known as a Lutheran. Right? He said the Catholic are wrong, and then he started the Protestant Reformation. We're passing one of the churches up here. It's called St. Paul. They're working on the roof of it the other day. We're gonna see what they say, if it's lit up or if it's lit up or whatever. Let's see. It says Jesus is the bread of life. John 6:3-5. And that's ultimately kind of the answer. You know, Jesus is behind this technology. He really is. You wouldn't think that, oh, Jesus wouldn't be. But Jesus was about technology during his time. Think about it. Everybody was like, well, where are we going to get all the fish? We only have 3 pieces of fish and this little like wafer and a half thing, a loaf of bread. No problem. Now look. Oh my gosh. There's over 3,000 fish just sitting here. That's technology, right? He was able to replicate all those fishes to feed all those people and the bread. Because Jesus knew how, look, the pride of the lion. Because Jesus knows technology, you know, that's why it's all here. His yoke is easy. So we'll figure it out. And then we won't need that silly Vietnam generation and the way that they think. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but hey, listen, it says in the Bible, you fill the wineskin with new wine, or something like that. Or you take the new wine, you fill it with new wineskin or something like that. Something of that nature. Hello, kitty. How are you? Did you spill some of the water? Linda spilled some water too. There she is. Linda. The wonderful woman that sleeps in bed. Did mommy feed you, kitty? Huh? Did mommy feed you? How about this? It's like a power bar for kitties. It's an I am sign. Are we good? Are you smelling all the right here? All right, here we go. I'm sorry. We're gonna have the whole thing, kitty, the whole pate. All right, I know, I'm sorry. Me and kitty are excited because here we go. There we go. Look at that kitty. Look at that kitty. It's Iams. There he is. Look at that kitty. He loves his new. It's called Scratch and Cuddle.
A circle scratching cuddle.
Something and Cuddle. It's by Cat something.
Cat cuddles.
Cat something. What's it called?
Cat cuddles.
It's Cuddle and Scratch and Cuddle.
Yeah.
Some brand, cat something. They should have that as a brand, cat something. Look at Kitty. He likes it.
Look at Kitty. It's you, bird. Look at that kitty. Scratch and cuddle. 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 Scratch and you. Look at Kitty, you kitty. You bird. You look at that kitty. You bird, look at you. You see that little kitty. You bird. Oh, look at that kitty. Oh, look at that kitty. Oh. You bird. You. I'm Edmund. Hi, everybody. Well,
Oh, he doesn't like that. You don't want to advertise? Okay, he's doing telepathic thoughts.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the police. Oh, he's gonna attack. Okay, Kitty, I'm sorry. Kitty, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, can we talk about this? Okay, he's on. He doesn't put up with it. Let's go into the whale shark tunnel because he'll make you put Neosporin on your legs. Come on, go in there.
He's attacking.
No, there's
Oh, God. I turned my head. Okay, Kitty, I understand. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. It's okay. He's like a dog.
not.
They can be trained to attack too. Look at that. Attack Kitty. Could you imagine? Instead of the canine force, they would use feline force. Oh, he's coming. Yeah. Here, watch out. Hang on. And they get you too. They can get on top of your head and they can actually do a lot of damage. But it would be cruel. It'd be too cruel to use cats. You know, the king of the jungle is a lion. Kitty, you want to come in here? Why don't you come in here? Why don't you go into the bedroom? I'm trying to bargain with him.
There you go. Come on. Here. Go this way. There you go. Look in there. Go look in there. See what that is.
There you go. That's a good kitty.
One note to America and to the Christian church is my kids were taken from me by really nice people. They were Christian people, okay? Yeah, I know. I'll tell you about it later. But they were real nice, righteous people. And really, in my perspective, they're terrorism. They're terrorists.